Okay, so we're gonna learn just the main riff because it is a little hard. What you want to get, there's a few things you need to get used to doing. The first thing is the slap aspect of this technique. So you're gonna use this giant knuckle part here of your thumb. You're gonna use that to strike the strings. There's some people that do it this way. I prefer to go downward, but it's up to you. Try it first with your open strings, and then try this way you can kind of go through each string. You don't have to worry about fretting anything, and then later you'll fret it. But start off, I always like to start off with your E, okay? Because it's the easiest to get. It's really simple to kind of like snap. That's another thing too. When you slap it, it's more of a snap, right? Because you're kind of retracting. You're going, right? You don't want to go and just stay there, right? Because then it'll die out. See, like, you don't want to go. So you're gonna hit it. You're kind of doing this kind of like twitch. This is how I practiced it. If you want to try doing this, just kind of bounce your thumb until you get accurate enough with it. Highly recommend not doing this, like kind of over your armpit, kind of pull back elbow, and then use that edge of your bass to kind of pop. And again, you're using that big knuckle to grab each string. Okay, that's the slap aspect. It'll take you a while to get that down. Practice that first. The second aspect is the pop. That I think you have kind of down. It's very easy. You just need to tuck in. But here's the thing. Not every section of this bass line is going to be on the G. So you also need to get used to doing it on the D, A, and the E. Just try it on all strings. See, like right there, it kind of messed up a little bit. You want to be accurate with it. Okay? So what I would say, once you have both of those things independently down, try doing this. Thumb, and then right? So I'm kind of catching it out also. You can't see it on camera, but and then there's a third aspect to this that you also need to learn how to do. Okay, so but once you have that pop and then the slap, you're solid. You're already good to go. So a good chunk of this bass line is a lot of dead notes. Okay, so that is something that you got to get used to doing. So you're gonna just mute the strings. That's like a huge part of the bass line. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you the actual notes to it. These are the notes. We start off on the 7th fret of the E, and then, of the A, excuse me, and then G, 7, 9. So, okay, and that's most of that section. There's like, you can think of it as chord movement. So you have, and then you move that note down to 5. Okay, 5 of the A, and you do 7, 9 again. So, and then here's where you get the real change up. You go, it's just an octave. So you do this little slide in. So you go 5 to 7. So, and then you do the same thing again. Slide from 7 to 8. Oh, and by the way, you're grabbing the 9th fret of the D string on that 7. So when you do 7, you go 5, 7 on the E, 9 on the D, and then 7, 8 on the E, 10 on the D. So just the notes are. This is what you should have: 7A, 7G, 9G. And then 5A, 7G, 9G. And then you go to the E string, 5, 7, 9 on the D. And then 7, 8 E. 10, 10 on the E, on the D. So all together we got. Okay, so now let's take a look at the left hand. Okay, so those are the noting, that's the noting that we're gonna actually hear, and then we're gonna look at the percussive side of it as well. So now we're gonna, again, low note, slap, and then pop, pop. So, okay, that's the first bit. That part's pretty intuitive. It makes sense. Low, high, high. Then here's the weird part. You're gonna slap the same notes, or the same strings, I should say. A, G, and then back to A. Thumb, index, thumb, or slap, pop, slap, but dead. So, okay, so it's. Yeah. Thumb, index, thumb, and then you're gonna do that pop, pop again. So you got thumb, pop, pop. And then when you do the last two pops, you do pop, dead note, pop, dead note. So, okay. So let me break it down a little more specifically so you can kind of see my fingers. So slap, pop, pop. Those are by themselves. And then dead notes. Thumb, index, thumb, pop, dead note, pop, dead notes. Okay? Practice it on that one first. So, okay, so, okay. Try to get that down. So, I'm hitting it with my thumb and then popping outwards. Okay, so that's what we got. So, and then you're gonna go thumb, thumb, 7 to the 5. And then when you hit that 5, you start the bass line again. And then now you're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna start on the E string. Thumb. The same idea, but instead of doing, you know, boom, dan, dan, you're going to stay on that same note. So, oops. And then 5 on the A, which brings you back home. Okay. Let me see if I can actually rotate this so you can actually see both hands. There we go. Let's try that. So you can see, there we go. That's perfect. So we got. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention that there's in between each section you have this little just two punta. That's it. Okay, so all together we should have. It repeats. That's it for now. Okay, just work on those few bits. Take it slow. Take it slow. Try to get the slap down first. Then get the pops. Then get the dead notes. Take it slow. When I first learned this bass line, this is how slow I did it. That's how slow you got to do it sometimes, okay? So work on that for this week, and then I'll see how we're doing next week, all right?